Yo, it's Brian here. Today, going to be talking about the San Francisco 49ers. As always, going to be doing my edge-to-edge videos for this game against the Washington Redskins happening in Washington, or technically Maryland, whatever you guys want to call it. But yeah, this is more of a home game for the 49ers, to be honest with you. I mean, the Niner fans, Niner faithful, you guys have been traveling really well with the team. The game against the Bengals week 2, you guys showed up. The game last week against the Rams in LA, it was just a sea of red, which I was not surprised at all. I kind of predicted that. And yeah, you guys traveled really well. So hopefully you guys on Sunday, if you're watching this video, you're going to the game, please travel well and please get excited because it's 49er football, 5-0, great start to the season, and can't wait to see some more wins because, you know, the 49ers, they're really hot right now, especially on defense. So yep, doing my edge-to-edge videos where I do quarterback versus quarterback, defensive line versus defensive line, look at their talent for each position group and give an edge based on what I think, how talented they are, and which one I think is better in my opinion. Matchups, I'll do that later in the week, so if you're looking for that, this is not the video for you guys. But yep, going to be talking about this game. Should be an interesting one, kind of. I mean, the Redskins, they're a complete dysfunction. They look like they're tanking like the Miami Dolphins on the NFC side. Although they did beat the Dolphins last week, it was kind of weird. But I mean, nobody really wanted to win that game. They wanted to get the number 1 overall pick for, I guess, Tua Tagovailoa in Alabama. But hey, whatever, you know. It is what it is, but the Washington Redskins, they are not a good team. They fired their head coach, Jay Gruden, and Bill Callahan, the guy that took the Raiders to the Super Bowl in 2002. He's the current interim head coach of the team. So, yep, going to be talking about this. Should be a fun one. Before I get the video started, please like and subscribe. That's going to help out a lot. Click that bell notification to get notified of future videos. Share this content with fellow Niner faithfuls. That would be much helpful. Getting very close to 3,000 subscribers. Hopefully, you guys do share this content as much as possible. I really do appreciate that. And let's just get this video started. San Francisco 49ers versus Washington Redskins, who has the edge position by position. Okay, time to talk about the offensive side of the ball, quarterback versus quarterback. So our man Jimmy Garoppolo versus their man Case Keenum. I'm assuming he's going to be started for this game. Is that him, Colt McCoy, or Dwayne Haskins? I don't know. Whoever the quarterback is, I have to give the edge to Jimmy Garoppolo hands down, just because Garoppolo, he's a very talented quarterback, as we all know. I keep saying that with him, associate talented with our man Jimmy. But yeah, I mean, when he's in the zone, he is in the zone with Kyle Shanahan. Although the turnovers, they're a little bit concerning, but for the most part, I mean, you know, I don't think the Redskins team is the same as the Rams team or any other team that we played, and they're really not that good, to be honest with you. So got to give the edge to the 49ers and Jimmy Garoppolo. Next up, running back versus running back, Adrian Peterson, the Redskins. I am a little bit concerned about that because if you remember from a year or two ago when he was with the Arizona Cardinals, he ran over us that day. I think he had like 158 rushing yards. I know our defensive line and our whole defense wasn't the same as it was when he was in Arizona, but still, that is a little bit concerning, and he can be AP. So I hope Robert Saleh and Chris Kureg and Kyle Shanahan are planning for him this Sunday, and if they can shut him down, then they shut this whole offense down, to be honest with you, because, you know, with the quarterback play, the wide receiving play, people being banged up and bad quarterback play, they're going to be relying on Adrian Peterson a lot. I think he's like 33, 34 years old, so, you know, if they could just stop him, then they stop the whole Redskins offense, essentially. So, yep, there you have it right there. For our running back crew, we got Matt Breida, Tevin Coleman, Jeff Wilson, and Raheem Mostert. I mean, 4 running backs, 4 very quality running backs, not a bunch of scrubs or anything like that, like people outside of San Francisco like to really say for whatever reason. But edge San Francisco, I mean, they have a really good running back system in Bobby Turner, probably one of our most indispensable coaches in the coaching staff for Kyle Shanahan. I'm sure that him and Mike are very proud to have him as a coach for a long time for the running back position, and you know, they can just find running backs like no tomorrow. So really, running back by committee, our talented Tevin Coleman and Matt Breida getting the load for the most part in the game. Got to give the edge to them. So next up, wide receiver versus wide receiver. Who to go with for this one? To be honest with you, I got to give it to the 49ers. I mean, Deebo Samuel, one of the best route runners and a pretty physical guy for a receiver. Marquise Goodwin, Richie James, and Kendrick Bourne, those guys, they did a really good job in the game against the LA Rams on Sunday. They were catching the ball. They weren't dropping any passes, so they did a really good job. Also, Dante Pettis, got to give him some credit. He did very well in the game against the Rams. The Washington Redskins, they do have Paul Richardson, who's from the Seattle Seahawks. They have Kelvin Harmon, who I was a big fan of coming out of college at NC State. If you don't know already, I did go to NC State, if you didn't know, from my previous video on the Rams versus 49ers aftermath. So, yeah, there you have it right there. But anyways, got to give it to the 49ers. Very precision guys, very physical guys when you need to, even though they're really small, compact guys. But I do like me some Marquise Goodwin and company. Next up, Vernon Davis versus George Kittle, our former tight end, my fellow friend. No, I'm just playing. don't know who Vernon is in real life, but yeah, he was a really good tight end for the 49ers in 2009 and 2013 in particular. George Kittle, I mean, he's just a beast. He was very effective against the Rams on Sunday, getting the yards after the catch, moving the ball down the field. So got to give the edge to George Kittle, hands down. He's one of the best tight ends in the NFL. I mean, this was Vernon Davis from 2013. Maybe I can give it to him, but, it's not the same Vernon Davis. And ever since he got hit by Cam Chancellor in one of the games, I forgot what it was exactly, he was never the same person. So got to give the edge to Kittle, best tight end in the NFL. Last up for the offensive side of the ball, offensive line versus offensive line. Got to give it to the 49ers, hands down. I mean, to be able to do really well with 2 backup tackles against the Rams last week, I think that's going to serve very well. Daniel Brunskill and Justin School, they were able to hold their own, and we didn't hear the name on Sunday, although School gave up a sack or 2, but that was really early on in the game, so you can't really blame him for that. They were trying to get things going, and yeah, to be able to contain the Rams' offensive line for the most part, I thought that was really impressive, and it's just bodes well with our depth talent that we have. And when Staley and McGlinchey come back, I think it's going to be even more better, so they could rotate guys as much as possible and give these guys playing time right now when they're out, so they're ready to play, when there's a rotation a couple weeks from now when they come back healthy. So edge 49ers offensive line. Now to the defensive side of the ball. Let's just dive into the defensive side of the ball now. Defensive line, our defensive line versus their defensive line. Hands down has to go to the 49ers. I mean, I don't have to say anything about this line. I'm pretty sure all you guys know by now, whether you're a 49er Redskin or just an NFL fan in general, you know about the 49ers defensive line led by Nick Bosa, D Ford, DeForest Buckner, Eric Armstead, Solomon Thomas, Ronald Blair, DJ Jones. I could just go on and on about this D-line. We have the starters. We have the depth. They can just rush for and get to the quarterback, no problem. And they're able to do that every single game for the past 5 games now. So I expect them to do really well against the Redskins offensive line, although they do have Brandon Sheriff, who is a pretty good offensive lineman, Pro Bowl guy. But other than that, I mean, I think they're going to get to Case Keenum quite a bit in this game. I mean, they were able to get Jared Goff a couple of times. I think he got sacked like 4 times. They were able to get to Andy Dalton, Mason Rudolph, Jameis Winston, all those guys. They were able to get to them quickly and soundly. So got to give the edge hands down to the defensive line, 49ers. Linebacking core, hands down, got to give it to the 49ers yet again. Quan Alexander, Fred Warner, especially the former, Alexander, this guy, I keep saying this, he flies around like crazy, and that's the energy boost that we definitely need on this defensive side of the ball, and he's given that to us this year. Money well spent San Francisco, money well spent Lynch, but yeah, those 2 guys, they're amazing. They're really smart players. I mean, Warner, he did some really good things for the 49ers against the Rams on Sunday. So, hands down, got to give it to the 49ers. Although they do have some great players like Ryan Kerrigan and Montez Sweat, who was their first-round pick from this year's draft. Next up, defensive backs. Who to go with for this game? Well, actually, they do have some great players. I mean, Josh Norman, sometimes he's good, sometimes he's bad. He should have stayed in Carolina, to be honest with you. But, they didn't want to play ball or anything like that with money. Landon Collins, he's actually a pretty good player for them. He's been probably the only good player on the defensive side of the ball, to be honest with you, for them. But, I mean, to be honest with you, the 49ers defensive backs, they've been doing fantastically. I can't say anything else. Richard Sherman, Emmanuel Mosley, he stepped up big time for Kellen Witherspoon being out. I mean, he's made some very nice plays for them. Also, Jimmy Ward, he's actually showing up. I can't believe I'm saying that, but yeah, he's doing a really good job for this defense. Also, Jaquaski Tartt, he can get to the line of scrimmage. He can play strong safety. I mean, what else to say? Edge, definitely San Francisco defensive backs. Man, I give them the edge to the 49ers everything, but I mean, to be honest with you, if you're a football fan, a 49er fan, you guys know that the 49ers on paper, more talented, probably better team on paper, but hopefully it works out on the field, and crazy stuff can happen on the field. But for the most part, I expect the 49ers to do a really good job this Sunday as a home game, technically in FedEx Field. Last up, special teams. That's a pretty tough one, to be honest with you. I really don't know who to give it to be honest with you. Should I give it to the Redskins or should I give it to Robbie Gould and company? Actually, to be honest with you, I might give it to the 49ers when the kicking unit or the long snapper, Mitch Wishnowsky to Robbie Gould combo is fully working. Then Gould can kick his field goals, no problem. But, they've been having problems like that for the past couple of weeks now, but hopefully they're working it out during practice every single week. And, yeah, when you need a kick, you got to give it to Robbie Gould. I definitely trust him no matter what. So, edge, 49ers special teams, coaching Bill Callahan versus Kyle Shanahan. Got to give it to Kyle Shanahan no matter what. And even the assistant coaches with Chris Kureg, Joe Woods, the defensive backs coach, Wes Welker, all the way to Robert Salah. I mean, Salah was so excited for the Rams game. I'm just happy to see that. I mean, he's been depressed for the past couple of years now, but now he has a really good defense, and he's really happy to see that. And yeah, I mean, he's motivated his team really, really well. So edge San Francisco coaching staff and Kyle Shanahan. Although we are facing our man Jimmy T, their defensive line coach. That should be interesting as well. So yeah, pretty much everything San Francisco. I cannot believe I put everything on the 49ers. That does not happen too often, but yeah, I'm going to go with the 49ers in every single position for this game just because, I mean, the 49ers, they've been balling out. And just look at their record, 5-0 versus 1-5. I mean, really 0-6. They're against the Dolphins, whatever. But, you know, it is what it is, but I got to give it to the 49ers pretty much everything. That's it, guys. Wanted to end this video right now. Please let me know what your edges are for each position for the 49ers versus Redskins. I'd like to hear what you guys have to say in the comments below. If you guys like this, please like and subscribe. That's going to help out a lot. I'll be catching you guys up tomorrow for predictions. I'll see y'all then. Bye, guys. Love y'all. Y'all have a great rest of your night. Go Niners all day.